It's time to set up our next monthly household budget for October 2022. So that's what I'm going to be doing today as I set up our October 2022 zero-based budget for this family of 3 in the Midwest. Hi friends, and welcome to the Budget Bounce. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen, and we talk all about living life on a budget, saving for our future, paying down debt, and all the life that happens along the way on this channel. If those are things that interest you, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. So like I mentioned, we're talking about the October 2022 budget today. We need to get that set up so that we can hit the ground running and when October hits next week. So let's have a look and see what we have planned. And here we are with our template that we use every month to set up our budget. We use a zero-based budget. So what that means is we determine to the best of our ability how much we believe will be coming in terms of cash flow. And then we come up with our total income, and then we try to spend it in this template before the month begins and try to get as close to zero as possible. So we're giving every single dollar a job, no matter what it is, whether it's paying a bill, spending on whatever things that come up, or saving, whatever that might be. So let's just go ahead and jump in. We are going to start with the income because we don't know what to do until we know what that's going to look like. So we're focused, whenever I set up a budget, we are focused on columns. I'm sorry, my mouse is not working well. We're focused on columns B and C here. So you've got the budget category up here on the left, and then you have the line item detail, and then you have the budgeted amount that we're going to fill in. And then I have totals for each category. And by the way, if you like this template, I do sell it in my Etsy shop in both Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. I use Google Sheets format, but for years I did this in Microsoft Excel. So you can do it either way. It's the exact same thing. And I always include the link to my shop down in the description box below. So what we have here is I always black out our salaries. I include lots of other details about income, but salaries, I keep those blacked out. Totals aren't a problem. This is one element of privacy we like to keep. So I have our salaries entered, and then we expect to have $450 in rental income. And then right now there's nothing in sinking funds that we're planning on, but that's going to change when we get to the bottom and plug in what we feel like we're going to need to use for the month. Don't plan on anything out of the emergency fund, which typically don't. That's for emergencies. And I don't know of any other income that is coming in this month, so I don't have anything to enter in these blank lines. And that brings our total income that we're expecting to $10,647. So, and I don't think I've talked about this for a while, but our income, when I put that together, what that is our gross pay minus taxes only. So federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, and Medicare tax. All of those things are taken out. Everything else I account for at some point in the budget itself. So in giving, we do plan on doing $150 this month. So that is our total for giving. In housing, we plan on doing $2,725 for the mortgages for both houses. Our utilities for, and everything else is for this house. Sorry, our monthly utilities for gas and electric will be $316. We don't plan, so it's October, so we don't plan on anything for water, garbage, sewer. We won't actually pay that until November. Internet is going to be $122, and then mobile services will be $153, bringing our total housing to $3,317. The other thing I forgot to say on this is that what you're seeing here in this current column, I just copied over what we did in September, and then I make changes, I copy over the previous month and then I make changes accordingly. So in transportation, we're going to plan on $300 for gas and $24 for OnStar, and we don't have any plans for anything else here. So that brings our total transportation to $324. In food, we plan on $800 for groceries and $150 for dining, bringing that total to $950. And we don't currently have anything planned for the kiddos. So when I say that, it's our kids and our grandkids. So next up is pets, and I am going to go ahead and put, you see my mouse, it is not cooperating. I'm going to put $150 in for boarding because we do have a trip planned for the weekend. for a weekend in October. Actually, it's going to be Henry's 21st birthday, and he wants to spend it with family. And so we're going to go up to Des Moines and do some fun things up there. So, and hopefully Xanthi can come with us so she can celebrate with her little brother. And if that's the case, then we're going to have to board Uther. And if it doesn't work out, if Nikaila's dad isn't able to take her for the weekend and Xanthi can't come, then she'll be watching Uther for us while we're gone. But we're really hoping she'll be able to, that it'll work out and she'll be able to come. We'll plan on $40 for food, $25 for grooming, and nothing for meds, $45 for other supplies, and we will have a vet visit. I am going to list this. I think it'll be about $250, and that is for Uther's annual checkup and all his meds. Like, we have to buy new flea meds and heartworm meds and that kind of thing, and I try to do it all at once. So that's going to be at least $250, if not more, but I'm going to start with that. So we're looking at total pets at $510. Sorry, my mouse is just not working properly. Okay, so for insurance, there isn't anything that we are expecting out of the norm here. This is going to be, accident will be $35. We won't have anything for auto, which won't be until like December. Critical illness will be $74. Dental's $25. Hospital indemnity is $40. Identity theft is $12. Legal is $15. Life is $92. Matt's union dues are $60. Medical is $500. Pet insurance should be stopping. I'm going to make this $0 in hopes that they actually get it stopped. And short-term disability is $62, and that brings our total insurance to $919. And actually, we might get a refund. I'm not sure on the pet insurance. And if we do, then it actually will be a little lower, but that'll be a nice surprise if we get it. For entertainment, we'll plan on 36. Why do I have 36 for streaming? I think actually that's more accurate than, I think 36 is going to be what it needs to be. HP Inc. will be 4, Cinemark is 10, and I won't plan on anything for family entertainment. We'll just plug it in there if anything pops up. And that brings the total to $51. Next category is health, and we do have flexible spending accounts that we contribute to, and we will do, actually I need to change that number, and this is where the mouse isn't working. Bear with me here. That'll be 522. Gym will be 33, and health will be 25, healthcare, which will bring the total to $580. We don't have any plans for anything in extras, but extras are miscellaneous items that I actually want to see what they are, and typically I don't always get to plan for those. So I don't know of any that are coming up right now, so we're going to leave it blank. And then miscellaneous, we have personal spending in there. We'll leave that at 60, household at 100, and all other miscellaneous at 150. So the difference between this miscellaneous category and the all other miscellaneous line item and the extras is that really the things in extras are part of miscellaneous, but I want those details called out where I don't need them called out for this, what goes into this line item. So that brings our total miscellaneous to $310. Next up is our savings, and we don't plan on putting anything in the emergency fund or into our investments. We will put $100 into college savings, and then we'll do $611 to retirement, bringing the total savings to $711. In sinking funds, I mentioned, I think in my August budget report, I think that's where it was. I can't remember which one it was, that I've changed these up a little bit. Since we moved everything over to Ally, we have one savings account with 10 savings buckets inside of it. So we have one vehicle or auto bucket, and it has all 3 of these line items in it. And so you'll see here, there's 3 family lines, and those are one bucket inside of Ally. But I still want to see all of the details here. So for auto insurance, we'll put in $250. For auto registrations, we will put in $50. For auto repairs and maintenance, we will put in $100. City utilities will be $125. Estate planning, we'll put in $20. For family, we're going to put in $50 for, $50 for Xanthi. For gifts, I'm not going to put anything in there because we're going to be spending on gifts this month. I'm sorry, gifts all except holidays. And then there's holidays. So I call those out separately. We'll do 100 for holidays. And then healthcare, we'll put in 40. Home maintenance, we'll put in 150. Life insurance, we'll do 81. Personal care for clothing, we'll do 35. And for image cosmetics, we'll do 40. Pet expense, we will put in one. Actually, I don't know that I'm going to put anything in pet expense because we're going to spend it. And then technology and devices, for devices, I'm going to put in 50. So that's like for replacing phones, computers, things like that, replacing them, fixing them, whatever is necessary. Technology online means for subscriptions. And so we're going to do $50 for that, and then $15 to business travel. Actually, I'm going to do 0 to business travel and nothing to personal travel. And that brings our total to $1,141 is what we plan on putting in sinking funds. Now let's talk about what we might need to spend. So we have no plans for anything in auto insurance registrations or repairs. We won't have to pay the quarterly utilities. Nothing for estate planning, nothing for the family. Gifts, we're going to pull out 60 for gifts. I'm sorry, 65 for gifts. And then let's see here. Home maintenance, I don't have anything planned. We do still have to replace our garage door opener. It's been nice here, so we just have been parking in the driveway, but winter is coming and we need to get that replaced because I cannot deal with that door manually by myself. So let's see here. Life insurance, we don't pull that out until December. Image cosmetics, nope. Pet expense, we're going to pull 130 out of this to help cover the vet expenses and or boarding, whatever. It's not enough to cover the whole vet category, but it'll help. And then we don't have any plans for any of these things. Oh, well, in travel, I'm sorry. In personal, I don't have any personal travel. So that actually I should put up here. I forgot about that trip. I should put up here. Come on. You see my mouse, how slow it's going. It's like it's drunk. It moves really slow and it has no precision. It just kind of like floats around and it like a really drunk person would be. Okay, so travel, I'm going to put in 150 for the weekend for that. All right, so that gets us through our sinking funds. So we plan on pulling 195 out of sinking funds. Next up is our debt category. And so here, just to give a summary, we're focused on the actively paying this month, but there are so many debts I had to break it into 3 subsections. So we're not going to focus on the paid off or the charged off, which is really collections. We're going to focus on the actively paying. So we have this credit card, we're going to do $90. This one, we're going to do $80. This for child support, we're going to do $91. For this credit card, we're going to do $50. For this private student loan, we're going to do $50. Car payment, we're going to do $550. The HELOC, we're going to do $205. MRV, $600. That's a different credit card. Nothing to student loans for the graduate student loans. $300 to the family loan, and nothing to student loans for undergrad. And that brings the total to $2,017. All right, so let's take a look at our totals here and see where we landed. So our total expenses are $11,133 and our total income is $10,647. We are $485 short. So how are we going to make this work? First of all, we need to reduce the amount that we're putting towards this credit card. I was hoping to do $600. We're only going to do $400. Then up here in sinking funds, I want to reduce what we're putting away here. So we're going to change technology. I'm going to change devices to 0. I'm going to do personal care. I'm going to change the clothing to 0. Change home maintenance to 100. We'll do nothing into healthcare. We need to do gifts for the holidays. We can put nothing in Xanthi's account, nothing to estate planning. Don't really have a choice on the rest of this. We've got to build these that are down pretty low. Some of these I've got to get them built back up because it's just a matter of time before we actually will have more auto repairs or maintenance that we need to do. So we got that down to $2 at the end of September. At least that's where it was when I'm recording this. So let's see. I'm going to change this to 100. Trying to figure out why I'm so short because I don't normally fall that short in a month. I think I've been having this at 750 and I can't change any of this. Oh, part of the problem is this isn't pulling in the sinking funds. That would be why I don't have my formula here. So I need to do my formula that pulls in that 195. So let's do that. Enter. And so there you go. Now it's populating the 195. So it brings our total income bucket to 10,842. So let's go back down to the bottom. All right, now I have 254 extra. Okay, I thought that was weird that I was over by so much. That would be why. So gosh, now I need to undo what I just did. So I'm going to put food back to 800. Or groceries, I should say, back to 800. I am going to go back into the sinking funds and, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to change our trip back to 150 because I just do not see us getting out of that trip for less than 150. It was going to be really tight if we did less than that. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to put 50 back in Xanthi's account. What do I have left here when I do that? I have 104 left. I'm going to put 100 of it on here. We're going to do 500 to the MRB. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so then that leaves $4 left over, which is okay. I'm not worried about it. We're close to zero. Everything is accounted for the most part, and that's the goal. So we just wanted to make sure that we were spending everything and giving it a job here before we actually get to the month, and that helps us with, you know, if we have a roadmap for our money, there's a lot less chance that we're going to overspend. Although I will, if you're new here, I overspend in our budget categories every month. So we'll get it figured out and we'll do the budget report at the end of October to show how everything went. But this is our plan. I hope that things are going well for you as you're getting ready for October. Don't forget about Halloween and any expenses that you have with that. So make sure that you include that in your budget. We don't have any little ones. First of all, we've already bought candy in September, so we got that under control, but we don't have any little ones that we're buying anything for this year. So really Halloween's going to be pretty inexpensive for us this year. But don't forget it in your budget. So let me know how things are going. If you have anything exciting planned that you're going to be doing in October, would love to hear about it in the comments. That's all I've got for you today. Until next time.